Right. All of you, shall we start the session? Say yes or no.
Sir.
Are you ready? Okay. Today, our topic is multiplexing. So, what is multiplexing process and what are the advantages and disadvantages of multiplexing, and what is demultiplexing, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of demultiplexing, right? So here mux and demux on the screen, all of you see mux and demux, right? So mux means multiplexer, right? This is the multiplexer. Demux means demultiplexer. It is very easy muxing, mux and demuxing, demux process. So here in this process, multiplexer is a device which is having number of inputs and generate only one output. That is also known as multiplexing process or multiplexing device or mux device. Here the mux device having n inputs like this. N inputs, number of inputs. These are all inputs collectively and grouped, okay, and collectively at the same time dumped, at the same time transmitted in a single communication link, right? So this is the single communication link, right? So one link contains n channels. Okay, here what is the use of mux? Multiplexer, it's contain number of inputs and producing only one output, right? That is also known as multiplexing process. Is it clear, all of you? Mux is a device, that means mux device, at the same time multiplexer device. That multiplexer device having n inputs and producing only one output, right? So it is the set of techniques that allows the simultaneous transmission of multiple signals across a single data link, right? There are more number of channels. For example, one of the live example for mux. Anybody? Are you telling anybody? One of the live example for mux is any idea? Is there any idea? Anybody having any idea about multiplexer device? Right. TV. Television is one of the example for multiplexing or mux. Okay, TV. So here television contains more number of channels like entertainment channels, like more number of sports channels, like more number of news channels, right? But at the same time, we have only one output or only one channel. Okay, now we are seeing only one channel, either news channel or entertainment channel or any sports channel, right? It is one of the example for multiplexing process. Okay, TV. TV is a live example. And coming to the demultiplexing. So demultiplex is a device which is having only one input and producing number of outputs. See, like this. This is the demultiplexer device, right? Which is having only one input. Okay, this is only one input, right? One input. At the same time, it producing more number of outputs, right? These are the n number of outputs. So that is also known as demultiplexer. So for the demultiplexer, there is another important example that is also known as IC. IC 74155 is the one of the example. There are more number of ICs are available. So each and every IC having more number of inputs, at the same time more number of outputs. Here more number of inputs means only one input. At the same time, more number of outputs. That is called demultiplexer or demultiplexer. Okay. So it is multiplexing is done using a device called multiplexer, right? We know that mux is a device, multiplexer device that combine n input lines to generate only one output line. That is called many to one. That is also known as many to one. Many number of inputs, only one. Right? Mux device having n inputs, only one output. That is also known as many to one. Okay. So all inputs combined. Okay, combined and at the same time transmitted using only one communication channel. That is also known as one link n channels. Right? That is the one of the example for multiplexing. Another here, another example for demultiplexing, that is called IC. Here, the simple definition for demultiplexing is the reverse process of the mux or multiplexer is also known as demultiplexer or demultiplexer device. Right? So this is the one of the important example, okay, for multiplexing and demultiplexing. Coming to the advantages. Advantages of multiplexing. Here, efficient use of bandwidth of media. Efficient use of bandwidth means there is a number of inputs. For example, 100 inputs. These are all inputs combined. Right? The combined information transmitted through only one channel. For example, here all the users bandwidth is 100 GB. But there is a only 50 KB bandwidth is available. 100 GB bandwidth is transmitted through only KB. Is it possible? Impossible. Why? Because so at a time there is a large volume of bandwidth. Okay, now take the large volume of bandwidth in the process. Okay, next the entire bandwidth is maximum utilized by the users. When it is possible, there is a n number of users is available. At the same time, sufficient bandwidth is also available. Then that entire bandwidth is used by all these users. In that time, that is the efficient output will come. For the efficient output, the entire bandwidth is fully utilized by all the users. That is a fully efficient bandwidth. Right here, it is one of the advantage that is called effective use of bandwidth of the medium. Medium bandwidth 1 GB unte 1 GB bandwidth users use చేస్తారు. Only 1 GB bandwidth లో 50 KB యూజ్ చేస్తే దాని వల్ల యూజ్ లేదు. Bandwidth efficiency పెరిగిపోతుంది. At the same time ఆ కాస్ట్ పెరుగుతుంది. సో తక్కువ యూజర్స్ కి మనం ఎక్కువ కాస్ట్ పెట్టుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం అయితే లేదు. ఎక్కువగా మనం బ్యాండ్విడ్త్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఎంటైర్ బ్యాండ్విడ్త్ మొత్తం యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకుంటేనే మనకి ఎఫిషియన్సీ అనేది ఉంటుంది. రైట్? ఎఫిషియన్సీ మీన్స్ ఎంటైర్ బ్యాండ్విడ్త్ మనకి యూజర్ అనుకూలంగా ఉన్నది ఇమీడియట్ గా ఎంటైర్ బ్యాండ్విడ్త్ యూజ్ చేసుకోగలిగితే టోటల్ గా ఓకే. అంతేగాని 100 GB లో ఓన్లీ 10 GB యూజ్ చేసామంటే రిమైనింగ్ 90 GB వేస్ట్. ఆ 90 GB ఫర్ అదర్ పర్పస్ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. యాక్చువల్ గా ఓన్లీ 10 GB ఇక్కడ కనెక్షన్ యూజ్ చేసుకుంటే దట్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇంపార్టెంట్. రైట్? ఓన్లీ 10 GB నీకు రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఉంటే 10 GB యూజ్ చేసుకో. అంతేగాని 100 GB ఇక్కడ యూజ్ చేసేసి ఓన్లీ 10 GB నేను డేటా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తానంటే ఈ రిమైనింగ్ 90 GB వేస్ట్. ఇన్ దట్ టైం a multiplexer having n inputs, okay, or many n users. These n users fully utilized entire bandwidth of the multiplex. Right? Here n channel, for example, n channels are successfully utilized. Okay, successfully utilized entire bandwidth of the multiplex. One channel, one link, 10 channels. Right? ఛానల్ 100 GB తీసుకుంటే అట్లీస్ట్ 95 GB అన్న యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకుని ఉంటారు. ఎఫిషియన్సీ ఉంటుంది. రైట్? 100 GB లో ఓన్లీ 10 GB యూజ్ చేసుకుంటే 90 GB వేస్ట్ అవుతుంది. వేస్ట్ ప్రాసెస్ వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు మనకి ఇక్కడ కాస్ట్ అనేది పెరిగిపోతుంది. కాస్ట్ 100 GB కాస్ట్ ఓన్లీ 10 GB యూజ్ చేసుకుంటే 90 GB కాస్ట్ వేస్ట్ అవుతుంది. కాబట్టి ఇమీడియట్ గా ఓన్లీ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఎంత అవుతుందో అంత GB యూజ్ చేసుకోవాలి. రైట్? సో దట్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద అక్వరీ. హియర్ మోర్ దెన్ వన్ సింగిల్ signals can be sent over a single medium or link. We know that there are number of inputs or number of users. Okay, all users are sharing the information by using only one link. Here, this is only one link. Right? That is the information. Second point is, second advantage, more than one signals can be sent over a single medium. There is a one medium, but there are n number of users. Information is carried through that. Okay. So coming to the examples, multiplexing versus no multiplexing. See, no multiplexing. No multiplexing means there is a user. There are 4 users, right? 4 users at the same time, 4 receivers, senders or receivers. Okay, sender and receiver contain a link, right? There is a connectivity. So but here the connectivity means individual connections formed in between the user and in between these 2 users are starting, for example, sender and receiver. At the same time, second one, system 1, system 2, system 3, system 4, right? Here user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4. So user 1 separately connected, okay, na, with a receiver, one receiver, right? A connection is established in between the users individually. There are 4 connections are needed. Why? Because these are all 4 connections were connected are independently, right? Independently connected, right? There is no any mux device or demux device in this process. No multiplexing. So here, whenever using no multiplexing process, individual connections are formed in between the users. So in that time, there is a lagging, okay, time delay. Here there is a time delay. Why? Because individual connections are formed, individual transactions are done. So if you one by one, one by one, one by one, right? So but here all users are connected to MUX. Okay, so the entire all 4 users information transmitted at the same time simultaneously by using the single link. This is the single link, right? So here is all collective information, right? I mean combined information, right? They are transmitted by using only one link. This is one link. So at a time, the information is transmitted to TMUX device. But here, the information user 1 transmitted to user 1, user 1 transmitted to receiver user 2, user 2, user 3, sender transmitted to user 3, receiver, user 4 transmitter at the same time, sender transmitting any kind of information or data to receiver 4 individually, but time taking process. Whenever no multiplexing process is a time taking process. But here all the users, for example, n number of n is equal to 4. 4 users are combined. At the same time, the combined information is transmitted by using only one link, right? That is called MUX. N number of inputs, only one output, right? Only one input at the same time. Number reverse process of the multiplexing is also known as demultiplexing. Here only one path, 4 channels. This path contains 4 channels. Why? Because channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, and channel 4, right? 4 channels in a only one link, right? This is the MUX. So time saving process, easily transmitted. Okay. At the same time, the reverse process of the multiplexing is also known as demultiplexing process. Here, another example means types of multiplexing. There are different types of multiplexing processes are available in the computer networks. So here, frequency division multiplexing. And next, second one is wavelength division multiplexing. Fourth one, third one is time division multiplexing. Here, see, in this example, there is a frequency and wavelength. These two are the analog communication models, analog multiplexing models, analog communication or analog multiplexing models. And third one is digital. Time division multiplexing is also known as digital multiplexing process. Here, the digital time division multiplexing can be divided into, we can also divide into 2 types: synchronous time division multiplexing, asynchronous time division multiplexing, right? Synchronous and asynchronous. See, one by one, there is a picture, right? Remember, all of you, types of multiplexing. There are 3 types. One is frequency division, FDM. Other one is wavelength division multiplexing, wavelength division, WDM, right? Wavelength division multiplexing. Both these 2 multiplexing devices are also known as analog devices, right? So coming to the third one, digital device or digital multiplexing. So it can also divide it into 2 types, right? One is synchronous TDM and asynchronous TDM. See, all of you, one of the most important point is ఈ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ లో ఎండ్ ఎగ్జామ్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ లో మల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్ ప్రాసెస్ ఆర్ డిమల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్ ప్రాసెస్ క్వశ్చన్ లేకుండా ఉండదు. Is it clear? Is it clear my voice? All of you respond.
ये काफी जरूरी है समझना आप लोग.
हेलो,
ये EDS बहुत जगह पे मतलब कि बहुत काम की चीज है यार. कई बार तो जब तुम
हेलो,
फाइनल ईयर रेंज में या लॉन्ग रेंज में वो फर्क नहीं करता, खाली तुम लोग
Who is that one?
సార్
ఎవరమ్మది? ఎవరో
91.
వీడియో ఓపెన్ చేశారా? మన స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుందా?
ఎస్ సార్ కనిపిస్తుంది.
వేరే ఆడియో ఏదో వినిపిస్తుందండి. See, all of you, listen carefully. It's very, very, very important a topic, multiplexing. At the time of end exam, multiplexing question 100% guarantee. There are 3 types of multiplexing processor available. One is frequency division, other one is wavelength division, finally time division. Time division can also divide into 2 types: synchronous TDM, asynchronous TDM. Coming to the frequency division multiplexing. Frequency division multiplexing, this is the example diagram, right? This is the FDM system. In FDM system, there is a time and there is a frequency. One side there is a time slot is available, and another a slot having different number of or different channels or number of channels. Each and every channel having different frequency, right? In this from this diagram, we are having number of channels. Okay, we are having number of channels. See, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, channel 5, channel 6, right? There are total number of channels are 6, right? Number of channels. Here there is a frequency. That frequency can be divided into number of channels, right? This is the channel. The channel having particular frequency. First of all, there is a bandwidth. Then bandwidth can be divided into number of channels. Each and every channel having particular bandwidth. Each and every channel must having a particular frequency, right? There is a frequency. For example, there is a Gemini TV contains particular one type of frequency maintained. ETV, there is another type of frequency maintained. For example, 250 K frequency, 258 K, for example, 200 K. Different. There is a different. If the same frequencies are, for example, the similar frequencies maintained by 2 channels or 3 channels, then what will happen? These 3 channels are mixing. మనకి వాయిస్ అనేది మిక్స్ అయిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. ఒక ఛానల్ చూస్తే ఇంకో ఛానల్ మెర్జ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఎప్పుడైనా అబ్జర్వ్ చేశారమ్మా? అందుకనే మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఈ యొక్క ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ టైంలో డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, ఈటీవీ, జెమిని టీవీ, ఇలా నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఛానల్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా. ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ ఛానల్ మెయింటైన్ సపరేట్ బ్యాండ్ విడ్త్ అండ్ సపరేట్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ. ఈ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ 2 ఛానల్స్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఇస్ ద సేమ్ అనుకోండి, 2 ఛానల్స్ మెర్జ్ అయిపోతుంది. ఒకవైపు ఏమో వేరే ప్రోగ్రామ్ వస్తుంది, ఇంకొక వేరే ప్రోగ్రామ్, రెండు కూడా కంబైన్ అయితే ఏది సరిగ్గా మనకు రాదు, మ్యాచ్ అవుతుంది. సో దట్స్ వై ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ ఛానల్ మస్ట్ మెయింటైన్ సపరేట్ లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, రైట్? So that is the use of frequency bandwidth. So this is the frequency division multiplexing. In frequency division multiplexing, we are divide number of or different types of frequencies. So channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. There are number of, for example, 6 frequencies are available. Okay, but these are all 6 frequencies are different, right? Frequency 1. For example, 150 hertz. Frequency 2, 250 hertz. Frequency 3, 350 hertz. Then there is a difference. If 2 frequencies are same, that 2 channels are matched. That's why must be maintained in different frequencies for different channels, right? It is an analog technique. Here, some of the information for frequency division multiplexing. All of you listen. Only one point. So anybody can write in your own words in the examination, right? How to write? See, there is a frequency division multiplexing. This is the structural diagram. In structural diagram, one part having time, another part having frequency. Here, see, it is a time division multiplexing or frequency division multiplexing. Actually, this is the frequency division. In frequency division multiplexing, frequency can be divided into number of channels, right? If in case it is a time division multiplexing, in time division multiplexing, there is a time. That time can be divided into number of slots. That is the difference in between the time frequency at the same time time division and frequency division. So here, see, this is the frequency division multiplexing. In frequency division multiplexing, the frequency can be divided into 10 channels, right? Each and every channel having particular bandwidth. So this is the information. It is an analog technique. Okay, signals of different frequencies are combined into a composite signal and is transmitted on a single link. That is the use of multiplexing. We know that here the multiplexing means there are number of channels, that is called n inputs. These are all n input or n channels combined or form as a composite channel. That composite channel is transmitted. That composite channel means one channel. The channel is transmitted entire information from sender to receiver. Here, at the time of receiver, there is a demux. The demux means separate the channels, right? There is a one channel. That one channel contains number of inputs. So number of inputs are separated by the demux. Here, the reverse process of the mux is also known as demux. So coming to the second point, third point, bandwidth of a link should be greater than the combined bandwidth of a various channels. It is one of the important bandwidth of link. Bandwidth of link. ఏదైతే మనకు one link available గా ఉందో ఆ లింక్ ఎంటైర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంటే n నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్పుట్స్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ దాంట్లో వెళ్తుంది అన్నప్పుడు ఆ n నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యూజర్స్ యొక్క బ్యాండ్విడ్త్ కంటే ఆ సింగిల్ బ్యాండ్విడ్త్ ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి తక్కువ ఉండాలి అమ్మా రెస్పాండ్ ఎనీబడి ప్లీజ్ respond anybody. If you have listen a class, please immediate respond. Hello, waste fellows. See, information about third point, bandwidth of a link should be greater than 100% ఎక్కువగా ఉండాలి లింక్ సింగిల్ లింక్ యొక్క బ్యాండ్విడ్త్. మరి నేరో నుంచి బ్రాడ్ లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ బ్రాడ్ రోడ్ ఉంటే నంబర్ ఆఫ్ వెహికల్స్ వెళ్తాయి. అదే నేరో రోడ్ ఉంటే ఓన్లీ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్యూ వెహికల్స్ వెళ్తాయి. అంతేకాకుండా లార్జ్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ వెహికల్స్ నేరో రోడ్ నుంచి వెళ్ళాలంటే ఎలా ఉంటుంది? దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ బ్యాండ్విడ్త్ లైక్ ఏ రోడ్, స్మాల్ రోడ్ నుంచి ఓన్లీ సెలెక్టెడ్ వెహికల్స్ వెళ్తాయి. ఇక్కడ అంతే, మనం తీసుకున్న ఛానల్ బ్రాడ్ ఛానల్ అయితే కంపల్సరీగా నంబర్ ఆఫ్ వెళ్తాయి. ఇక్కడ ఎన్ ఇన్పుట్ ఛానల్స్ తీసుకున్నాం, ఎన్ ఇన్పుట్ ఛానల్ కి అక్కడ ఓన్లీ 100 ఇన్పుట్స్ ఉంటే ఓకే, ఓన్లీ 50 ఇన్పుట్ యూజర్స్ అంత బ్యాండ్ విడ్త్ లీవ్ సింగిల్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ లింక్ ఉంటే యూజ్ లేదు. అందుకనే కంపల్సరీగా ఇట్ షుడ్ బి మెయింటైన్, రైట్? బ్యాండ్ విడ్త్ ఆఫ్ ఎ లింక్ షుడ్ బి గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ద కంబైన్డ్ బ్యాండ్ విడ్త్ ఆఫ్ ద వేరియస్ ఛానల్స్. ఏవైతే కంబైన్ చేసామో వేరియస్ ఛానల్స్, ఆ యొక్క కంబైన్ చేసిన దానికంటే సింగిల్ లింక్ యొక్క ఛానల్ బ్యాండ్ విడ్త్ మస్ట్ అండ్ షుడ్ గా ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి. దిస్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్, point, right? So coming to the next point, each signal is having different frequencies. We know that, already discussed. There is a frequency. That frequency can be divided into n channels. Each and every channel having particular frequency, right? That is the use of this. Each channel is having different frequency. Here channels are separated by the strips of unused bandwidths called guard bands. There is a guard band. So what is the use of guard band? So here each and every signal must be maintained separate bandwidth, right? At the same time, no overlapping. For that no overlapping process purpose, we are using guard bands, right? So here unused bandwidth, there is a strips, that is also known as unused bandwidth, that is also known as guard bands. Here some guard bands are used for the purpose of no overlapping in the media. Now there is a channel, the channel contains number of in different channels, right? So the entire all channels are combined, that is also known as composite, okay na channel. That composite channel contains individual frequency or individual channel frequency, right? For that, individual channel frequency maintained separately by the guard band. That is the one of the use of guard bands. Coming to the structural diagram, ఎవరు కూడా ఈ స్ట్రక్చరల్ డయాగ్రామ్ చూసి భయపడొద్దు. It is very simple. See, I am explaining you. So this is M1 input, right? That is called M1 message, right? That kind of message having separate waveform, that is called sinusoidal signal. So here M1 information signal having particular information signal, right? That signal is submitted to the subcarrier modulator, that is also known as F1. For example, 150 hertz, okay na? 150 hertz frequency maintained by the M1 signal. That is next one, M2 signal, second user M2 signal, okay, that is also having 350 hertz, right? That frequency range is 250, for example. That 250 signal is submitted to the subcarrier modulator F2, and so on. N means nth user, okay, that nth user also having a particular frequency, okay, signal. So that frequency signal is submitted to the subcarrier modulator Fn. These are the n user inputs. See previous example, like previous example, n users, each and every user having a particular signal. Each and every signal must be maintained a separate frequency, right? So here all these frequencies are combined. For example, S1 subfrequency, for example, subcarrier modulator S1T, that is output, right? S2 S2F, SNF. So all outputs are combined, right? This is the combined composite form. So n number of users form as a one composite signal. Here this is the sigma, means combine all the channels. So combined channel transmitted by using one link. Here MB of F, that is called one channel. The channel contains n number of inputs. So that is also known as composite baseband modulating signal. So in this signal, there are more number of internal signals also available. Okay, all internal signals are combined, form as a single signal. That signal is submitted to the transmitter. So the transmitter available at sender side. Here that is also known as FC, carrier frequency. So that is the S of T. This is the general frequency signal. That is called frequency division multiplexing signal. So that is the output. Okay, the n number of inputs producing an output by the mux device. Here this is the output. This FDM signal. It is clear. Okay, it is very easy. Okay, next, this is the transmitter process. At the time of receiver, this is the receiver process. At the time of receiver, there is a receiver is available. So the receiver is going to one input kada. You one input ne itla like this. It is going. So n number of inputs. So composite signal undi. Ee composite signal one signal annata, right? One link. A one link ni demux ki icham. Demux ki iste number of outputs, n outputs vachindi. So ఇది ఇక్కడ చూడండి, అది composite. Hello, don't make noise during the class session. Please don't make noise. Here this is the output, right? Mux output, that is single line output. That mux output, single line output submitted to the demux as a input, right? One input to demux. What is the use of demux? It takes one input and producing n number of outputs, right? Here takes one input. Okay na? So here main receiver. So that main receiver separate all the channels by using the demux, okay, device. Here total number of n outputs. That is the use of demux. Here by using the mux, n number of inputs combined to form a single output. That is also known as combined signal or composite signal, right? That composite signal submit to, or for example, it is one of the input signal to the demux. So that DMUX device separating all the composite signals or N channels. Right here, baseband, filter 1, baseband, filters. By using the filters, filtering the channels. At the end of the stage, total number of outputs are released. Okay, by the demultiplexing process. This is one of the diagram. Okay, MUX and DMUX. So coming to the multiplexing device, I mean frequency division multiplexing device applications. AM means amplitude modulation. See, there is a modulation technique or there is a modulation process. That modulation process means combined. Already I are giving some information, right? So there is a some process. That some process means there is a signal, right? General signal. General signal means sinusoidal signal. That sinusoidal signal is added with a carrier. Why? Because carrying purpose. From sender to receiver, that signals, that generating signal, right? That is called general signal transmitted with the help of carrier. So that a process is also known as modulation process. Adding any kind of signal with carrier, that is called modulation. So for that modulation, there are different types: amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, phase modulation. We will see next class, right, about modulations. So there is a AM frequency. That AM frequency range 530 to 1700 kilohertz, right? AM frequency. Here FDM, for FDM there is a AM amplitude modulation frequency actually 530 to 1700 kilohertz. So FM frequency 88 to 108 megahertz. See difference between AM and FM. Amplitude modulation frequency range 1700 kilohertz, but here FM frequency range 108 megahertz. Megahertz. That's why. So compared to AM, FM is the better. Both are frequency division multiplexing, no doubt. AM and FM both are the frequency division. Amplitude modulation, frequency division modulation, both are the so different techniques. But compared to these two, FM is the better. Okay, so FDM means frequency division multiplexing is used in television broadcasting. Television broadcasting. So in television broadcasting, there are n number of inputs and means n number of channels. Each and every channel having particular frequency, right? At the same time, simultaneously, all channels are submitted to the television. For example, at the time of any output seeing only at a time only one output, right? Either sports, either news, either entertainment. So that is called TV. So at the same time, simultaneously, it takes number of inputs at the same time producing or generating at a time only one output, right? So next, first generation cellular telephone also used FDM. First generation telephones only working based upon the FDM technology. So here FDM is used for FM, frequency modulation, and AM, amplitude modulation, radio broadcasting. Here FDM is used for AFM and AM, radio broadcasting. See another example for amplitude and frequency modulation. This is user one. That user one, hello, that is the audio signal. Here this is the user signal of this, right, user. So that is the signal is submitted to carrier, right, subcarrier, right? Here F, that a signal maintain particular level of frequency, that is called F1, right? Next, coming to the next user, user 2 maintain separate, another level of frequency, polo, that is also voice communication. That voice communication maintain one type of signal, that is called this kind of signal, right? This signal is submitted to subcarrier frequency. Here this is the frequency level F2, right? Next, third user, user 3 is a low frequency. Here audio signal hello. So there are n number of users. ఒక యూజర్ గట్టిగా మాట్లాడొచ్చు, ఒక యూజర్ స్లోగా మాట్లాడవచ్చు, ఒక యూజర్ అసలు వాయిస్ ఇంక వినిపించకపోవచ్చు. మీరు ఆల్రెడీ క్లాస్ వింటూనే ఉన్నారు. డిఫరెంట్ స్టాఫ్ మెంబర్స్ డిఫరెంట్ స్టైల్లో చెప్తా ఉంటారు. ఒకడు అరుస్తూ ఉంటాడు, ఒకడు మామూలుగా ఉంటారు, రైట్? సో లైక్ దట్ ఎవరైతే అరుస్తూ ఉంటారో వారి యొక్క సిగ్నల్, ఆ యొక్క వేవ్ ఫామ్ ఒకలా ఉంటుంది. స్లోగా చెప్తే ఒకలా ఉంటుంది. సో లైక్ దిస్. There are 3 users are available. Okay, these 3 different users release different level of signals, right? Like this. So here all these 3 different frequencies maintain different level of frequencies. These are all 3 signals are combined to form a single or composite signal. That is called overall signal is like this. The signal contains 3 level of frequencies, 3 level of users frequencies, right? Here this is called composite signal. Ante ikkada FDM, okay, time domain. This signal contains 3 users audio signals. Okay, this is one of the example. మీ ఇష్టం వచ్చింది రాయొచ్చు అబ్బాయిలు. నేను ఫుల్లీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మీకు ఇస్తాను, మీరు దానికి మీ ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టు జనరల్ గా రాయండి. ఓకేనా? డయాగ్రామ్స్ చూసి భయపడొద్దు. ఇట్స్ వెరీ 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 ఈజీ. ఓకే, బట్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకే, మల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్ క్వశ్చన్ లేకుండా ఎండ్ ఎగ్జామ్ లో క్వశ్చన్ పేపరే ఉండదు. రైట్. సో కమింగ్ టు ద వేవ్ లెంగ్త్ డివిజన్ మల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్. all of you listen. So are you clear about frequency division multiplexing? If it is okay, we are going to next topic, right? We are going to next topic. So the next topic is wavelength division multiplexing. So coming to the wavelength division multiplexing, so there is a analog signal. Why? Because FDM and WDM both are analog signals, right? Both are analog communication techniques. Not only analog and digital. Sir, there is only combined, these two are only analog communication techniques. So next, time division multiplexing is different, right? So that is the time division. But here frequency division multiplexing uses 2 techniques. One is wavelength division multiplexing, other one is frequency division multiplexing. In wavelength division multiplexing, there is only one important point. Is there is a one point, that point is also known as prism point. Prism, PRISM, prism. ఇది ఒకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. సో ఇక మొత్తం టోటల్ గా సేమ్. సో WDM means wavelength division multiplexing, is also known as analog multiplexing technique. Okay, is it clear? Coming to the next point, working is same as FDM. Okay, we know that. Next, third one, in WDM, different signals are optical or light signals that are transmitted through optical fiber. Here there is a link in between the 2 prism points. Okay, that link also known as fiber link, optical fiber link, right? There is a cable, that cable optical fiber link. Whenever they are using optical, we know that information. Why? Because the optical fiber transmitting the signals through light. Okay, composite light. Composite light means there is a composite signal. Okay, for example, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. There are 3 user signals combined to form as a composite signal. So that composite signal also having lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3, right? So these all 3 users information sharing from user 1 to user 2. For example, multiplexer to demultiplexer by using that one link. Then link also known as fiber link, optical fiber link. We know that information. So optical fiber link transmitting the signals by using the light, optical or light signals, right? Optical or light signals. So here various light waves are various light waves from different sources are combined to form a composite light signal. We know that different lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. Composite signal is lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3. Why? Because they all 3 combined form as a single link, right? That single link is also known as fiber link. In this fiber link, lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3, right? So here this is one of the input of the demultiplex. So take this input, right? At the same time separating all the channels, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, right? So here one input, number of output, that is also known as demultiplexing. Here see same information like FDM, WDM is also same working like as a FDM, right? But here we are using, there is a link, optical fiber link. So whenever optical fiber link is established in between the mux and demux, the signals are transmitted in the form of light beam. So there is a point, that point means prism point. That prism point is transmitted all these lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 2, lambda 3, right, information, right? So the same, the multiplexer having a one point prism point, at the same time demultiplexer also having prism point, right? Next, coming to the operation, number of sources generated laser beams at different frequencies, we know that. So multiplexer consolidates sources of transmission over a single fiber. Okay, this is also we know that. So optical amplifiers amplify all the wavelengths, typically tens of kilometers apart. Amma edana doubt unda? So here, for example, there are n signals. N signals ni manu sender to receiver ki transmit chestam. So during the transmission, sub signal yokka strength fall down avvadaniki chances ఉన్నాయి. సో ఫాల్ డౌన్ అయినప్పుడు యాంప్లిఫైర్స్ యూజ్ చేసి యాంప్లిఫైయింగ్ చేస్తాం అన్నమాట. అంటే ఇంక్రీజ్ ద స్ట్రెంత్ ఆఫ్ ద సిగ్నల్, రైట్? ఆప్టికల్ ఎప్పుడు ఎవ్రీ 2 kilometers కి యాంప్లిఫైర్ యూజ్ చేస్తే దాని ట్విస్టెడ్ పేర్ అన్నాం. ఎవ్రీ 5 kilometers కి యాంప్లిఫైర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తే దాన్ని కోయాక్సియల్ కేబుల్ అన్నాం. ఎవ్రీ 10 kilometers కి యాంప్లిఫైర్ యూజ్ చేస్తే దాన్ని ఆప్టికల్ ఫైబర్ అన్నాం. సింపుల్ గా గుర్తుపెట్టేసుకోవాలి. షార్ట్ డిస్టెన్సెస్ కి there is a powerful communication media ఉంది, దాన్ని ట్విస్టెడ్ పేర్ కింద అమ్మాము. లార్జ్ వాల్యూమ్ ఆఫ్ డేటా ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేయడానికి, లార్జ్ వాల్యూమ్ ఆఫ్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేయడానికి మనకి there is a coaxial cable ఉంది. ఫర్ దట్ లార్జ్ వాల్యూమ్ ఆఫ్ డేటా అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం ఫర్ లాంగ్ డిస్టెన్సెస్ కి ఎక్స్పాన్సివ్ అయిన పోల డేటా రేట్, హై డేటా రేట్, తక్కువ టైంలో ఎక్కువ డేటా డెలివరీ చేయడానికి there is a ఆప్టికల్ ఫైబర్ మీడియా ఉంది. ఓకే, డోంట్ వరీ. సో depends upon cost, depends upon data rate. There are different types of cables, okay, are available in the computer industry. So here DMUX, separate channels at the destination. ఎప్పుడైతే కంబైన్ చేస్తామో సోర్స్ దగ్గర, ఐ మీన్ మక్స్ దగ్గర, DMUX దగ్గర డిఫరెంట్ చేస్తాం, ఓకే, సపరేట్ చేస్తాం. సో మోస్ట్లీ 5 ఇక్కడ 1550, that is called 1550 nanometers wavelength range, right, యూజ్ చేస్తాం. some general architecture as other FDM యూజ్ చేస్తాం దీన్ని, వేవ్లెంత్ డివిజన్ మల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్. సో వాజ్ 200 megahertz per channel. ఒకప్పుడు 200 megahertz ఛానల్ యూజ్ చేసేవారు. nowadays 50 gigahertz, రైట్? సో అప్ టు 200 megahertz ఎప్పుడు మనకి ఇంతకు ముందు. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, బై యూజింగ్ ద ఆప్టికల్ ఫైబర్ there is a 50 up to 50 gigahertz the frequency is used for the purpose of transmitting any kind of data, okay, by using the wavelength division multiplexing, right? Multiplexing means combined, demultiplexing means separate. అదొకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటారు అబ్బాయిలు. మీరు అందరూ ఎవరు వింటున్నాడో ఎవరు వినట్లేదో తెలియదు, ఎవరు రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వట్లా. రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వంటారు నాయన, రైట్? సో కమింగ్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్. టైం చూస్తేనేమో అక్కడ అవుతుందిరా, మీరు చూస్తేనేమో వింటున్నారో ఇంట్లో తెలియదు. ఇది ఒక్క స్లైడ్ చెప్పి ఆపేస్తామా, రైట్? సో టైమ్ డివిజన్ మల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్, కమింగ్ టు ద టైమ్ డివిజన్ మల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్. ఇన్ టైమ్ డివిజన్ మల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్ there is a time slot. That time slot can be divided into number of sub slots, each and every slot having particular time period. That is also known as time division multiplexing. See the example diagram. This is the example diagram. In this example diagram there is a time slot. That time slot can be divided into number of sub channels. There is a frequency. That frequency relatively free. Okay. So why? Because it is a time division. So that take the time can be divided into number of slots, time slots, right? So here it is the digital multiplexing technique. We know that channel or link is not divided on the basis of frequency, but on the basis of time. Frequency ని మనం ఏం పట్టుకోవద్దు. Why? Because it is a time division multiplexing. That's why time can be divided into number of channels. Very easy. Remember, all of you, in time division multiplexing, time can be divided into number of time slots. In frequency division multiplexing, frequency can be divided into number of frequencies. Okay, sub channels. Each and every sub channel having particular frequency. Here each and every time slot having particular time. right? Each and every time slot maintain a particular amount of time, right? Within that time, particular data to be transmitted successfully. Total time available in the channel is divided between several users. For example, 1 minute on the file. 1 minute ni 10 members పంపించుకోవాలి. Divided by 10. Present 10, right? So here that is the use of time division multiplexing. So time division multiplexing is a digital, okay, digital multiplexing. It is the digital multiplexing technique previous to analog communication techniques. So next, coming to the next point, each user is allotted a particular time interval called time slot or slice. Time slot or slice. So in TDM, time division multiplexing, the data rate capacity of the transmission medium should be greater than the data rate required by the sending of receiving devices. మనం ఇంతకు ముందు చెప్పుకున్న ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ డివిజన్ మల్టీప్లెక్సింగ్ లో ఎప్పుడైతే n నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యూజర్స్ కంబైన్ చేసామో ఆ n నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యూజర్స్ యొక్క బ్యాండ్ విడ్త్ కంటే ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసే సింగిల్ లింక్ బ్యాండ్ విడ్త్ ఎక్కువగా ఉండాలి. అదేనా? సేమ్ ఇక్కడ కూడా అదే, ఏవైతే టైం స్లాట్లు కంబైన్ చేస్తామో ఆ టైం స్లాట్లు కంబైన్ చేసిన దానికంటే ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసే సింగిల్ కంబైన్ ఉంటుంది కదా కాంపోజిట్ సిగ్నల్, అది కాంపోజిట్ లింక్ మాక్సిమం and should be greater than, okay na, that the data rate required by the sending of the receiving devices. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. It is one of the important question, point in TDM. So that is one more important point in FDM, right? So types of TDM, there are two types: synchronous time division multiplexing, asynchronous time division multiplexing, right? In synchronous TDM, each device is given same, for example, there are no more number of times, right? So time 1, time 2, time 2, time 3. So there are n types. Each and every user must use that particular time period that data to be transmitted, should be transmitted, no doubt. Here the time slot to be transmit the data over the link. So whether the device has any data to transmit or not, ఏదైనా data transmit చేసుకో ఏమనుకో, there is a particular time period is used. Yeah, there is a must and should go a time slot in the, there is a time period. So that time period must be leave it for the particular time user. For example, there are n users, each and every user must having a time slot. So the time slot is used by that user or not, but leave that one place for particular user. That is one of the drawback in the synchronous time division multiplexing. There is a 4 slots available, right? ఎందుకంటే why? Because 4 users ఉన్నారు. 4 users కి మనం 4 slots ఇచ్చేస్తాం. ఆ స్లాట్ ని ఆ యూజర్ వాడినా వాడకపోయినా మనం ఇచ్చేసేయాలి, అలొకేట్ చేయాలి అంతే. బట్ వాడు ఏమి డేటాని ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయడు, కానీ మనం అలొకేట్ చేయాలి అంటే బ్యాండ్ విడ్త్ వేస్ట్ అవుతుంది. నో డౌట్, synchronous time division multiplexing bandwidth is waste. Why? Because each and every user must having a slot. Okay, now we are giving a slot to particular user. For example, there are n number of users, n equal to 5 users. Each and every user having a one particular slot. Okay, that slot is used by that user, or maybe used or not, but we are giving a slot. That is one of the drawback. Okay, we will see the information, remaining information in the next slide. For example, next class, right? See, remember all of you, there are 3 types of multiplexing techniques are available. One is frequency division multiplexing, next one is time division multiplexing, and next one is wavelength division multiplexing. In this, one of the important point is frequency division multiplexing and wavelength division multiplexing. These 2 multiplexing are analog communication techniques. So time division multiplexing is a digital communication technique. Okay, it is one of the important. Remember all of you. Okay. I'm leaving the session. Okay. Next. Okay, this is final. Thank you all of you.